Hey guys, I'm going to do a little training video, teach you some tactics that I've developed over the last couple of years. I didn't even really realize they were tactics until I realized that my answers to some questions that people ask me, the way I handle them have changed or evolved the longer I have been involved with Plexus and the more I understand about the products, but mostly the more I understand about people. And so I asked my team today to give me some questions some questions that you encounter from people who are just starting off with Plexus and they don't understand the products, don't know much about it, and they want to, what are the most common questions that you get asked that you really don't know how to answer or would like better ways to answer? And so I made a list. And if I don't cover all these, I'm sorry. Some of these I don't think I can really cover in a video, but I will do the best I can. Someone says, the most common one I hear is, what is this Plexus stuff and how does it work? And that's really common in an area that is brand new to Plexus. People don't know what it is. And what I want to talk to you about is, for me, this question used to produce fear in me because I would think, oh my gosh, they're going to want to understand the science behind it, and I don't know how it works. Why did I ever even start this business in the first place? And so I want you to just take a breath and understand that usually what people mean when they say, how does it work? They don't literally mean, can you give me, a geometrical equation of how it works. They actually just want to know, do I have to replace meals in order for it to work? Do I have to go to the gym 5 times a week for it to work? They want to know the basics of it. They want to know, you put it in a bottle of water and you shake it up, and the rest of it is capsule form. It's pretty simple to do. I'm giving you a literal answer here. You put it in a bottle of water, you shake it up. The rest of it is capsule form like vitamins. That's basically all you have to do to get started. And then you follow that up with a question. If you're answering them on Facebook, you say, are you experiencing any kind of health trouble? And the reason you do this is because the goal when someone is trying to talk to you on Facebook and they've asked you a question, the goal really is just to start a conversation with them. That's what they were doing when they asked you a question. They really just want to start a conversation. They have some questions. And so you toss it back to them. You tell them it's simple, and then you ask them a question. Are you having any kind of health trouble? And then they bounce the ball back to you. And it's really that simple. The tactic of asking a question at the end of every answer, at least in the beginning, like when someone asks you the first question they've ever asked you, the tactic of asking them a polite question that requires a response is one of the smartest things you'll ever learn how to do. Because basically that just says, hey, this is the answer I have for that, but I'm willing to talk to you some more. So ask them a question, and there you go, back and forth. You get a line of communication going. That will actually help you a lot more than you think in other areas besides just product questions. Okay. Is it a shake? Well, the answer to that's pretty simple. You don't have to replace meals in order to use Plexus. Typically, things that you have to replace meals, people can lose a lot of weight on. It's just harder for them to keep it in their daily routine, and harder for them to stick with it for more than 3 or 4 months. Now, that's not going to be the case for everyone, but that's definitely the case for me. I had tried all kinds of shake programs and everything, and this is not a shake. It only comes in one pink color and doesn't require a blender or anything like that. So that's what I tell people. I just keep it simple. Nope, it's not a shake. You don't have to replace meals. All you need is a bottle of water. Why? Are you having some sort of health trouble? There you go. There's your answer. If you stop taking it, will the weight come back? Oh. Does this question bring back memories for me? Because don't we all want the cure-all? I remember the place I was in my life when I wanted to know that answer myself. Will the weight come back if I quit taking it? Because I'm hoping to spend a $100 bill once, and that fixed my problems forever. And the answer to this is you have to sort of get into their mindset and remember what it feels like to be where they are. They don't know that they're going to feel amazing. They don't know that, you know, the world is going to spin on a new axis when they start taking these products, and they're scared that they're going to get hooked on something and it's going to be something they have to take for the rest of their life, and if they get off of it they feel like cow dung and so on and so forth. Sorry for saying cow dung. So the answer is, that depends. Everybody is different. Probably would say that depends. Everyone is different. If you made the changes necessary for, you know, lifestyle change, then, you know, maybe not. Who knows? Then you ask them a question. Why? Or, are you experiencing any kind of health problems? Or do you know someone that has any sort of health problems? Something to prolong the conversation, because that's not their real question. That's not really why they got in contact with you, because they deep down inside already know the answer to that. They just want to know that it's not going to be too painful to have to be on this regimen. It's easy to stick with, that type of thing. Okay. How long will I have to stay at home when I first take BioCleanse? I always say, how unfortunate that they named it something with the word cleanse in it. It is a daily, you look at it more like a daily vitamin, something that you take. It's mild. It should make your daily activity more regular, but it's not anything that causes scary bathroom emergencies. That's what I always tell people. Don't panic. Cleanse is not what it sounds like. It's just something to start oxygenating your cells and getting you feeling better, start detoxing your body. But there's no bathroom emergencies. And then follow it up with a question. Open that line of communication. What's in it? Now, this is not necessarily talking about the cleanse. I'm assuming they're saying what's in it in general. With that one, I always say, let me send you a link to my website. Each product has a list of ingredients, and it'll show you what's in each one. Why? Are you allergic to something? There you go, opening that line of communication. Do you have to change your diet? Love this question. Another one that brings back a lot of memories for me. My answer for that would be, initially, I did not change my diet. And I lost 50 pounds without changing my diet. However, it did make me feel much better, made me more active with my family, and now that's actually excited me to the point that I enjoy going grocery shopping and stuff, and we don't pull through McDonald's anymore. And then ask them a question. Can you tell a difference if you don't take the cleanse? Okay, I just copied off these questions, so I'm not sure who even asked that, but basically, if someone asked me that exact question, can you tell the difference if you don't take the cleanse? I don't know for sure what they're asking me there. They may be saying, can you tell a difference if you usually take the cleanse and then one day you don't take the cleanse, or can I still lose weight if I don't take the cleanse? And so basically, I don't know their question exactly, so I would say, are you already on the products? Do you already take the cleanse? Basically, I would bounce it back to them and just ask them a question to get more clarification on that. If they're wondering if they can lose weight without taking the cleanse, that's a whole different ball game. I mean, that everybody's a little bit different, and another one where I would just give them sort of everyone's a little different, and then I would ask them a question. Are you using the cleanse? Is that something you are thinking about using? Whatever, so that I can educate them a little bit more on the cleanse. How long will I have to take it? That's another one that's a whole lot like, do I have to change my diet? And so the answer is pretty much the same. Everyone is different. It sort of depends on why you're taking it. Are you interested in it for a particular health benefit, or were you looking to lose some weight? Bounce the ball back to them. Don't get too wordy. Really, people's first question might be a fear-based question. They're basically saying, "Ooh, can I just check this off my list? I don't think I want to take this stuff anyway, so I'm going to ask you one question that makes it easy for me to say, yeah, that stuff's probably not for me." So you have to get a line of communication going. They say, "How long will I have to take it?" You say, "Well, everyone's probably different about that. What specifically were you interested in taking it for?" Line of communication. Here we go. Now they're going to start treating you like you're the psychiatrist and telling you what their deal is. They just want you to, they want that first fear-based question. They want the answer to it, and they're like, "I keep seeing these posts on Facebook that make me think I should take that stuff, but if I can get her to tell me one thing that makes me think I shouldn't," that kind of question. Just open a line of communication. It's too expensive. This is one of my favorite ones. There are going to be people who can't afford it, of course. But it's invariably the ones who can afford it that say that to me, that imply to me, "Sort of expensive." And it's invariably the ones who have the nicest, most polished manicured fingernails and the most beautiful blonde hair that tell me that they think Plexus is expensive. And so I don't say that to them, but in the back of my mind I have to remember they have a different priority set than I do. They have the priority set that I used to have. And so you have to talk to them more about, "Well, I remember when I thought that. In fact, I remember justifying it to my husband. Thinking, oh, I'm spending this money on myself." Now, this is what I would tell them if I'm in person. I wouldn't type all this out, but I'd say, "I can remember, justifying it to my husband. I'm spending so much money on myself, and I have kids to raise, blah, blah, blah." But then when I thought about it, I was actually spending more on soda pop every month than I spend on my Plexus every month. And I don't drink my soda pop anymore. So it comes down to, it was just a choice for me. And I feel so much better this way. Pop was how I used to reward myself. And that makes me sick to think that now. If they ask me that if they type that question to me, "How long will I have to take?" Or no, "It's too expensive," I usually say something along the lines of, I usually say something along the lines of, "I can remember thinking that too, and it's actually less than a Starbucks a day, so I'm gonna take it. Why were you considering it for a health benefit? Do you have something going on?" Bounce the ball back. Oh, yeah. Also, if they say, "How much does it cost?" don't answer that question. Make them get on your link, because we have too many products to say, "Oh, it's this much a month." If they have chronic pain, they might want to try the Fast Relief, and are you going to add that into everybody's price? No. So you say, "Well, it depends on what you decide to order. When I walk off from here, or here in a minute, I'll text you my link, and you can go in there and look at all the products and prices if you want to. It also depends on if you order," sorry, flagging you with my little piece of paper there. Depends on if you order as a retail customer or a preferred customer or as an ambassador. There you go. And then you say, "Why? You have something going on in your health, or someone in your family sick?" There you go. Bounce it back. Get the conversation going. Is this FDA approved? Supplements aren't. Supplements are neither approved nor disapproved. Vitamin C is not approved by the FDA. It's not their ball game. So when people ask me that, I did not used to understand that. I used to not understand that. How should I say that? I didn't understand that the FDA doesn't get in the middle of supplements. So it's neither approved nor disapproved. Oh, okay. Tactics when you're talking to someone in person, let's say a stranger, because this happens to me a lot. You meet someone and they start telling you about their health issues, or you say, "How are you doing today?" And you say, "I'm fine, how are you doing?" And they say, "Oh, well, actually," and they start spilling their guts to you. So you educate them about a couple of products that we have that might help you, you give them their business card. Well, that leaves the ball completely in their court. And something I learned to do, even back when I had a photography business, was say, here, take my phone out. Let me add you on Facebook. Here's my card. Let me add you on Facebook. So if you have any questions, you can message me. You'll know where to find me real easy. They always say, oh, my name is so-and-so, and here's where you can find me. And that way, you have them on your Facebook page, and they basically can go snoop through your information if they want to. They can find out further information about whatever's wrong with them, and it gives you sort of daily audience privileges through their news feed. Probably made that up, daily audience privileges, but you know what I'm saying. Let's see. I think I've probably covered it all. Basically, the tone of when people ask you questions, the tone in which you answer them, if it's very scientific and you start really explaining the whole, caboodle of what you've learned through Plexus, people don't get it. They mostly don't care, especially in the beginning. And so you sort of have to make it more about answer it simple, bounce the ball. Answer it simple, bounce the ball. If you start messaging people cold turkey, let's say they haven't asked you a question and you decide, my heart's really been set on that I should message so-and-so and tell them about Plexus. If you do so, this is just my personal opinion, keep it casual and short and simple and end it with a question. For example, do you happen to know anyone who is pre-diabetic or diabetic? Or perhaps you know already that someone in their family suffers from something. And you could say, I remembered you mentioning at the ball game that your cousin had, fill in the blank. Have you talked to them lately? That's a question, not a statement. Have you talked to them lately? That question requires a response, because what we do by nature, sorry, I dropped my paper. What we do by nature is we read something that's a message that doesn't have a question at the end. We read it and we back burner it. We put it on the back burner and we decide, I'm not going to mess with that today. I'll answer them later. I don't want to think about it right now, or I'll think about it when I have more time, whatever. But if you end what you're asking them with a question, it opens a line of communication. And a line of communication is the backbone of this business. It's the backbone to get people interested and get more information in front of them. So I hope this video helps you, and it's 18 minutes long. Happy Plexusing, people. I'll make another video soon.